Just finished the divorce papers. Walking out of the courthouse, I immediately called my dad. Fire all the staff my in-laws placed in the company. That same evening, my mill came over yelling, demanding me to just finish the divorce papers. Walking out of the courthouse, I immediately called my dad. Fire all the staff my in-laws placed in the company. My hand was shaking, but my voice was pure ice. For 3 years, I played the humble middle-class software engineer. I did it because I loved Clara. I did it because she told me her family valued hard work over family money. What a joke. The moment the ink dried on our divorce decree, the mask fell off. Clara didn't want a humble engineer. She wanted an escape room from her own family's mounting debts. When they realized I wasn't pulling in millions on a standard salary, the emotional abuse started. Her mother called me a parasite. Clara started working late with her wealthy ex. They treated me like garbage, completely unaware that my father owns the multi-billion-dollar tech conglomerate they had been desperately trying to secure contracts with. In fact, out of love for Clara, I had quietly convinced my dad to hire her brother and 2 cousins into senior roles to help him out. Consider it done, son, my dad said over the phone. They're being escorted out by security as we speak. That same evening, my ex-mother-in-law, Eleanor, came over yelling, demanding me to fix what I ruined. She didn't even knock. She banged on my apartment door until the hinges rattled, bursting in the second I opened it. Clara was right behind her, looking pale and frantic. "What did you do?" Eleanor shrieked, her face purple with rage. "My son was just escorted out of the corporate headquarters in handcuffs for breaching NDA. The girls were fired on the spot. You call your little manager friend right now and get their jobs back." I stood there, completely unmoved. I didn't yell. I didn't get angry. I just poured myself a glass of water. "They weren't fired by a manager, Eleanor," I said quietly. "Don't take that tone with me, you pathetic loser," she yelled, stepping into my space. "You ruined my family's livelihood because you're bitter." Clara realized she's out of your league. "Fix this or I will ruin you." Clara stepped forward, her voice trembling. "Please, Leo, we know you introduced them to the VP. Just tell them it was a misunderstanding. My brother has a family." I looked at Clara, the woman I would have taken a bullet for. The woman who just yesterday told a judge I was a financial burden. "It's not a misunderstanding," I said, my voice dropping an octave. "They were leaking proprietary data to your family's failing logistics firm. It's corporate espionage. They're lucky my father is only pressing charges on your son." Eleanor let out a sharp, mocking laugh. "Your father? Your father is a retired schoolteacher in Ohio, you delusional peasant." I pulled out my phone, unlocked it, and set it on the counter. Displayed on the screen was the global corporate directory of the conglomerate. My picture was right at the top, next to my father's. Title: Executive Vice Chairman and Majority Shareholder. The silence that followed was suffocating. Eleanor's eyes darted from the phone to my face. The color drained from her skin so fast I thought she might faint. This is a fake. You're lying. Check the news, Eleanor," I murmured. "The press release about the new corporate restructuring just went live 10 minutes ago." Clara dropped her purse. She looked at me as if she was seeing a ghost. "Leo, you're the heir? Why didn't you tell me?" "Because I wanted someone who loved me for me," I said, looking her dead in the eyes. "And you failed the test. You and your mother stripped away my dignity for years. Now I'm stripping away your safety net." "Leo, please!" Clara sobbed, reaching for my arm. "We can talk about this. The divorce isn't finalized in the system yet. We can cancel it." I stepped back, letting her hand fall into the empty air. "The papers are signed, Clara. It's over. You wanted a man with status, but you traded a billionaire for a broke ex." I walked over to the door and held it open. "Get out of my apartment. My lawyers will handle the rest of the criminal charges against your brother." Eleanor couldn't even speak. She looked broken, ruined by her own arrogance. Clara looked back at me, tears streaming down her face, finally realizing the exact magnitude of what she had thrown away. I closed the door on them, locked it, and finally breathed a sigh of relief. The silence never sounded so sweet.